So welcome back. Today we're going to weld a little frame for the body of the Beetle to be able to wheel it around and start working on it. So we're going to make a little frame for the Beetle to be able to wheel it around. We'll put some casters under it. I have some big ones so we can wheel the whole thing around, and we can wheel it outside as well to be able to sand it down and cut it and weld it and do it outside, and we'll be able to work on it more easily. So some years ago I bought a large volume of these box sections. I think they're 50 square with a wall thickness of 2 millimeters, and I bought about 60 meters. The guy had a lot of lengths, 6 meter lengths lying around. He wanted to get rid of them. He didn't want to sell one or two, he wanted to sell them all. I think I bought 20 lengths of 6 meters. So I've been using it for building and constructions and tables, and they're very heavy, very strong, and I used them for this dolly. So it will be so here there's a lot of cutting involved, and then we have to do a lot of grinding because they are somewhat rusty, but it's just on the surface, and then we can start welding them together. So, and to put the casters on, I have to drill some holes in some plates to weld underneath the feet of the dolly, and yeah, they're not that great, only fitting with 2 bolts, but it's enough to hold the wheels. This one has 4, the only one. The other ones are just with 2 holes. And yeah, of course, if you drill, you don't have the piece clamped, you have the chance of a drill bit grabbing the piece. So after the sanding, most can then start tacking all the different pieces together, and then start making the real welds of the dolly. And we didn't finish it that evening, so I will do it the rest the next day when she'll be in school. But she did a lot of welding and is getting really good at it. So this is the next day. She made the two hoops. Or the 4 legs frames, and I was going to put the thing together with the two pieces. We had 2 bars going across from legs to legs, and that would give the rigidity that we would need. So here's just a lot of welding, fixing it, and then we're trying to put the wheels underneath and see if it put the body on top of it. The only issue we didn't think about that was that the car lift could not get the body high enough for the dolly to fit underneath. So after I put the wheels on, tested it, it did not fit. So we had to lower the dolly with about 20 centimeters or 8 inches. Had to weld the wheels back on. The reason being, one, of course, is the lift. I was lifting the body at the window frame, so the body could have gone higher. But it was also the matter of working on the car. I had it a little bit too high, like 8 inches too high, to really comfortable work on it. So this was a better height. So now the body is on. So now it's easy to move. The legs are about 70 centimeters off the ground. The caster wheels are quite large and very easy to roll the thing around. Well, I was thinking about the dolly and the body on it, and then taking out all the pieces that need to be replaced. And the biggest issue are the door sills, having to take them out. I would lose the reference on where they would exactly need to be to fit back on the frame. So my thought went into the direction of making this dolly into a jig. So and a jig is more that I have to fix the body with its fixing points onto the dolly so it cannot move, and do that before I remove the door sill. So I have some reference points that are exact and that I can use to weld in the door sills in their correct spot to make it a lot easier to fit the body back on the frame. So that's what I will do first, is make the dolly into a jig. Funny enough, I did find some evidence that they had drilled holes in the sills and everywhere else too. And I guess they put in some rust protection, oil or tactile, but it did not had any effect on the rust in this thing. So it's strange, but I'll have to do it again, and I will do it right this time. So here's the frame, which again has very little rust, just some surface rust. Nothing really is rusted through. I think that the floor pan has been changed over time and the body has been off before, but we'll just sand it and do that all outside, and it's easily pushing the thing around now. We'll start sanding, we'll start rust proofing the whole thing, and then the ordering of more pieces will start happening. I guess while we're here, we'll also do all the mechanical work on the gearbox and brakes and stuff. So we have our work cut out for us. So this is the thing on its dolly, and the sound wasn't too great because I still have to invest in a little microphone. But it's very easily moved around now, the body, and as said, we can take it outside now and do a lot of sanding and grinding outside, so we don't have all that dust inside of the loads. And here is just to show some of the welds that my daughter has done. She is getting a lot better, and she really likes it. So I'm letting her do most of the welding, and I will only assist her, or I will help her whenever she needs some assistance. But it's going pretty well. So I'm guessing that after this whole build, she will be very accomplished in welding thin metal, and I will have fun doing it. So here you see in the back, I have one windowsill, door sill that I have already bought via Marketplace. I bought both sides from a guy who apparently didn't use them for his Beetle, and he had them for sale. So we're gonna put those in, and just looking around for more rust. We have this lower, the vertical door sill. There's a bad piece at the bottom. There's some pieces there at the bottom that have been patched. You can buy them as patch panels, new ones. I might just make them myself because they were in back order. So I don't know how long they will take before they get back in the shop. But this is all bad pieces. It's very thin. I'm gonna grind it down and see what we have left after I'm done. In the front for the spare tire, there's been a lot of welding done there. Not the most good or best looking, so we'll probably clean that up a little bit. The sides as well, there's some holes there. It's not horrendous, but it just needs to be tackled, need to be taken care of. And well, there is a lot of patch panels you can buy and pieces that will fit. That's the great thing with these Beetles, there's so much available. So we'll see, we'll make a list, we'll buy all the pieces, and then we'll start cutting them out and putting new pieces in. And as said, I will first have to make the dolly into a jig, so I will know what the exact places will be or have to be again for if I put the sills back in, and all the parts that have holes to attach it to the body. So thanks for watching. See you next time, where we'll give you a new update on how we're dealing with the Beetle.